Across Melbourne, it's SYN Radio.
90.7.
0427 767 767 or syn.org.au is how you can get in contact with me this morning, or the program indeed. This is the Summer Breakfast. That was Like a Drum, another Australian song by Australia's own Guy Sebastian, another great singer. What a show we've been having. I mean, it's gone so quick. We've got 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes to go. And I'm loving this. I hope you are too, Melbourne. I've tried to play as good music as I can. I've chucked in a few Christmas songs and a few Aussie songs too, because we love a bit of Aussie music here on SYN, and just in general. Australian music is some of the greatest music produced. I mean, 10 to 9, this has been the Summer Breakfast. Right now, I do have a little snippet for you, a little tribute to the main man, Mr. Keith McGowan. So could you please turn up your radios and have a listen to this? Some of this audio that you listen to is courtesy of 3AW Melbourne. I do have to recognise them. That was the last place that Mr. Keith McGowan was on air. And this is a tribute to him. And hello to any listeners out there that I know might be listening. This is for you. And if you don't catch this, well, I will make sure this goes on the internet for you to have a listen to. Have a listen now. This is a tribute to the now late Keith McGowan, who unfortunately passed away overnight at the youngish age of 70 years of age. This is SYN, and this is a tribute to Keith McGowan.
Today is Friday.
Yes, and welcome to a brand new day. Here's the overnight nun, Sister Gabriel.
I'd say you've got to be a bit unique.
Here's a mate, Brendan Scott. Morning, Brendan.
Good morning to you, Keith.
Healy. If I was so good, why was I working for such crap money? Every time I went in and asked for a little more. Oh shit, Keith, you're only the mid-dawner. You're only linking Bruce and Phil and Ross and John. So I'd walk out.
How many cakes have you had today?
Well, quite a few. Quite a few. But it's all been an amazing and you know what you said and what Healy said, the boss Shane Healy, 15-17 Shane,
107,
and
he can do it. Well, Keith,
and you know what these guys said. You know, I wondered why I wasn't on $250,000 a year, to be honest.
I heard you were actually,
and you know Clark. I mean. Clark's probably put out, Clark Forbes, the program manager of the radio station, he would have spent half his time putting out spot fires caused by me.
that's what we love. Good luck to you and Angela and to the extended family. Have a great time. Give us a call occasionally, won't you?
Oh, I shall do.
You know the number.
I might send you, a few thousand photographs when I go. But the first thing, I just want to be not tired.
Yeah.
I just want to be not tired.
I know the feeling. You're permanent jet lag, isn't it?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Good luck, and thanks
Thank
for your advice and comfort
What was
and
your
criticism.
advice?
No, you've been good to me. You've been critical. You've been comforting. You've offered constructive advice at times. Like, you're a bloody idiot. Why did you do that?
My extreme right-wing views.
It's like a little editorial on multiculturalism before you go.
No, nor will we discuss the burqa or anything else.
Good luck, Keith. It's been a privilege.
Thank you.
Do you want to throw to a break?
This is the Neil Mitchell radio program, and he will be back for more soon.
Rest in peace and live on always, Mr. Keith McGowan. Born 9th of March 1943, passed away yesterday, 22nd of December 2013, at the age of 70. Thoughts to his family, and thanks for what you've done on this earth, Keith. Rest in peace. From KB on the Summer Breakfast on SYN. You're listening to Carl Bianco on SYN. That was a tribute to the now late Keith McGowan. And it saddens me to have to play that. I mean, he was such a remarkable radio maker, and everything he said, regardless of what it was great to listen to. He had many listeners across all the 17 radio stations that he did work on, and numerous people tuned in, even if he was just making a cameo appearance, or appearance, if you will, on radio. He's an inspiration to myself. You hear me making radio on SYN right now and talking to all you out there in Melbourne. hopefully you enjoyed that, and may that great man, Keith McGowan, rest in peace. In actual fact, my mum was a worker at a pharmacy, and it was a pharmacy that Keith actually used to visit a fair bit, and have photos processed by. He was actually an avid. He loved taking photos, Keith McGowan. As he mentioned in that little snippet, he'll send Neil Mitchell, a person who works on radio in Melbourne, 1,000 photos. He did say. I'm not sure whether or not he did that, but I guess we'll never know. As I said, my mum served him a fair bit when she worked in a pharmacy, and that was his local pharmacy. So there you go. It's a small world. Everybody has a link to somebody. That's true. It is true. I mean, I know many people that know others, and it's crazy. It is a small world. It's a world full of 7 billion people, would you believe it? Yet everybody somehow has a link to each other, surprisingly. Pebo says, thanks, Carl. Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. I do appreciate it, Pebo. And Melly wishes me a Merry Christmas as well. Melly is Pebo's wife. Thank you very much, Pebo. Well, look, I'm a little bit down after playing that, because we just heard a radio legend on the air on Sin. His voice will no longer be heard anywhere unless it's played as a tribute like I just did. But this morning I thought it would only be appropriate if I finished the program with something that was made a while back but is never old, and especially now that we're coming into the festive season, I think it's appropriate that I do play it, because it's great. It was made a while ago, but it's related to Christmas. It's that time of year, and I'm sure if anybody happens to be listening from the McGowan family or extended family, or any friends of his or long-time listeners, they will enjoy this. I have appreciated having your company this morning on the Summer Breakfast. We usually would go to 10 a.m. I'm just letting you listeners out there know. And we are filling in for Get Cereal, who have gone on holidays, a well-deserved holiday break. But we'll be back tomorrow. I won't be here, unfortunately, but the Forkman will be. It's been great having your company. All I can say now, in the words of Mr. Keith McGowan himself, thanks for listening. Here is Keith McGowan's Little Boy's Christmas Prayer. This may just work now. I think I've worked out the issue. Thank you for your company on the Summer Breakfast. Hopefully we will have a podcast. This will most definitely work now. We'll go out with the words of Mr. Keith McGowan himself, the Little Boy's Christmas Prayer. Thanks for tuning in. Back tomorrow from 7 till 10. Hopefully a podcast will be up. I'm sure this snippet of Keith McGowan will be. I've been KB. If you don't hear me over the Christmas period, Merry Christmas to all of you out there. Hopefully you've enjoyed listening. A quick one before I go. Melbourne, you are expecting a top at 20 degrees. We're currently on 14.4. This is Keith McGowan, and I'm Carl Bianco signing out for your Monday morning. Have a good day. What you've heard remains confidential, as I love to say. This isn't KB Confidential, but you know what? That's my little thing I love to say. This is Keith McGowan.
The Christmas lights were all a-glitter in the big department store. A little boy walked slowly through the big swinging door. His clothes were old and faded, with a patch here and there. A small black dog with a spot on his head hugged his leg, with his little tail just fanning the air. He hesitated a minute. He didn't seem to know just where to go. Then his eyes lit up, and his little face just seemed to glow. He reached down and picked up the little black dog and held him gently to his chest. His eyes had just found Santa Claus, and he fell in line behind all the rest. His turn finally came, and Santa reached down and placed him on his knee with a great big grin. The little boy lowered his head, glanced down at the floor and said, "Santa, I just don't know where to begin." They tell me you grant each little boy and girl a request if they've been good all year and have done their best. My little sister is kind of small. Grandma does her best to keep us clean and neat. And I sell newspapers to help us get more to eat. We go to church and to Sunday school, and we do our best to live like they tell us by the golden rule. We kneel together each night and try to pray. But it's just not the same since Mummy and Daddy went away. You see, Santa, it was just a year ago since they went away. They were killed in a car accident this last Christmas Day. I don't want to cause any trouble, Santa, and I don't want to cause any fuss. But could you please just ask God to bring them back to us? It would be the finest present you could possibly bring. Even better than an angel with big, white, beautiful wings. Grandma says they've gone to the heavenly home. But why should this be, dear Santa, when we had a home of our own? It wasn't the best, and I know it wasn't too fine, but we were all together, and we had a mighty good time. We don't want any presents. My sister has a little rag doll, and I've got my dog Spot. Just give them to other little boys and girls who don't have near as much as we've got. They say that God is good, and I know this is true, because he answered my prayer and let me find you. He raised his little head and looked into Santa's tear-filled eyes. Then he said, "I'm sorry, Santa. I didn't mean to make you cry. I didn't know whether you could do this or not, but I just had to try. Please tell all the other drivers to be real careful so that no other little boy and girl's mummy and daddy will have to die. I'll go home now, Santa. My little sister and grandma are alone there. Merry Christmas. God bless you, Santa. That's our sincere prayer."
Thanks for listening. Good morning, and see you in the